If you are sitting with your friends and one of them asks you, "What do you know about capitalism and communism? And what do you think of proletarians?" How will you answer him? Initially, in order to understand that, we have to go back to the Middle Ages in Europe where ignorance, poverty, and religious fanaticism prevailed, and the people were divided into two categories, the nobility and the workers. Workers or slaves, whose job was to serve on the noble's property. They did not have any rights, and it was called the feudal system. This situation continued until the Industrial Revolution, which aims to shift from working in agriculture to industry and relying on machines. Therefore, industry took first place and agriculture declined. People became increasingly dependent on machines for most of their daily needs, so the number of factories increased. Governments did not interfere in the decisions of factories, so those with money owned the factories and employed workers at low wages. And this is called capitalism, and its founder is Adam Smith. Who is Adam Smith? In his book The Wealth of Nations in 1776, he called for governments not to interfere in trade and market affairs, and that trade would depend on supply and demand. For example, when supply is large and demand is small, the price is cheap, while supply is small and demand is large, the price is expensive. But in 1848, Karl Marx criticized Adam's ideas. Karl was a supporter of the workers and saw the riches as exploitative, and the best system was to create a class for the people and create equality among them. This means that everything becomes public property under government management, and with the marginalization of religions to make loyalty to communism, a large volume of more than 700 pages was created and called a contribution to the critique of Hegel's philosophy of right and included. The famous phrase, "the religion is the opium of the people." Communism did not pay wages, but provided free services such as health, education, and housing in exchange for your work. Karl's ideas spread throughout Europe and settled in the hearts of the workers, whom he called proletarians. He called for a proletariat revolution in which communism would triumph over imperialism, and it spread in many countries, such as the Cuban Revolution, then spread in feudal Tsarist Russia, and the main factor for that is Lenin. Lenin supported Karl's ideas and began preaching to the Russian people, and founded the Bolshevik Party, and this is a Russian word, mean the majority then. The Bolshevik Revolution took place, and that party was the beginning of the formation of the Soviet Socialist Union. So what is the difference between socialism and the communism? Socialism is just an update of communism where wages are paid in some private property. The dispute began between the supporters of socialism and capitalism, namely the Soviet Union and the United States of America, and its most important events were the Cold War. After the fall of the Soviet Union, the world realized that the communist system was unreliable, and the capitalism too, because it makes a high difference between the categories of the community, where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Therefore, the countries of the world tended to create a mixed system between them, except for one country in the world, which is North Korea, where it implements the complete communist system. And now you can answer the question, what is the capitalism and socialism?